Hey everyone, Random Randy here. In today's crochet tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a solid granny square, just like this one. The supplies you're going to need are an H or 5mm hook, tapestry needles for sewing in your ends, a tape measure, pair of scissors, and obviously coordinating worsted weight for medium or Aran weight yarn. We're going to start off this square by making a magic ring. So what you're going to do is take your yarn, holding the tail in your left or non-dominant hand. You're going to wrap the yarn around your fingers. You're going to cross it over, making an X with the yarn. You're going to leave the loop attached to your working yarn off to that side. Take your hook, you're going to slip it underneath the first, grab onto the loop attached to your working yarn, pull it underneath. Now you have a little loop, and from here we're going to dive right into the pattern. As you can see, if you hold on to it, you've got a little loop that's self-contained. It has your tail and your working yarn attached. So now what you're going to do is you're going to hold on to your ring and your hook and your yarn, and you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. If you're not sure how to do the stitches, the only stitches you need for this tutorial are chain, double crochet, and slip stitch. If you're not sure how to do any of those, I actually have a beginner's crochet crash course 101 extreme beginners tutorial, and there will be a link for that in the description box below. If you need to, you can pause this and go check those out and learn your stitches before you dive right in. So back to it. Now we're going to do 2 double crochets within the loop. In a double crochet, you yarn over once, put your hook through the ring, yarn over, bring it back through, so now there's 3, yarn over one more time, pull through the middle 2, yarn over once more, pull through the last 2. You've got your first double crochet. Do one more. So now you have your first portion of the center of the square. Now you're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. You're going to do 3 double crochets this time. So this first chain 3 actually counts as a double crochet in this case. So now we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And as you go along, if you noticed what I just did, this ring you're actually going to tighten down so that all of your stitches are pulled together once you've got the first row finished. But I just snugged the stitches up against each other. You'll notice that they kind of slide freely along on the ring. I just like to snug them up close to each other, so I have an idea of what it's going to look like when I'm done. Now we do chain 3 again, and 3 more double crochets within the ring. There's 3 more. So we just finished up the third side of what will be our square. So now we're going to chain 3 one more time. 1, 2, 3. And do 3 more double crochets in the ring. This will be the last side of our square. So there we have 3, and as you can see looking at it, you're thinking, wow, that doesn't look like a square at all. That's why this is called a magic ring. You take your tail, you just kind of gently tug. I'm gonna loosen that, set that down. Just hold on to it, gently pull, and as you can see, it shrinks it right down, and now it actually looks significantly more like a square. So to finish off round 1 or row 1, get your yarn back on the hook. You're actually going to chain 3 to make your last corner, and then slip stitch into the top of your starting chain 3. I'm gonna go right into there. And there you go. Row 1 is complete. Now for row 2, we're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 in each of the top of these. 1, 2. Then your next stitches are all going to go into this corner hole here because you're expanding upon your corner. So we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1, 2, followed by a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, followed by 2 more double crochets all in the same space. 1, 2. Now you're going to do 3 double crochets right in the top of these 3 stitches here. 1, 2, 3. And that first one is kind of funky. You have to look for it a little bit, but it's actually the space right here. You might need to pull your corner stitches over to be able to see the top of that. And there you have your 3. So you're going to do another corner, which is 2 double crochets, 3 chains, and 2 more double crochets. And there you have your second corner done. And if I'm talking a little bit too fast, although I'm trying to go kind of slow, if you're uncertain of the directions, I will actually have written instructions down in the description box below the video. So check that out if you're more of a written instructions kind of person. So again, for the straight part of the side, we're doing 3 double crochets into the top of the block from the last round. And then we're to our third corner. So 2 double crochets, chain 3, don't mind the yarn barf, and 2 more double crochets to complete corner 3. 1, 2. Next we do the last 3 double crochets for the last straight side. 1, 2, 3. Now we're to our last corner. So again we do 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet, and again we're going to slip stitch into the top of that starting chain to finish off that round. There's round 2 of 4. For row 3, it's a little bit different. We do start off with a chain 3, then we're going to do 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, to get us over to that corner. One, 2, 3, 4. Now we have another corner space, just like in the last round. 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet, going across the flat side again, we've got this time 7 double crochet. So the first one is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we do a corner space as usual. 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet, there you go. There's your second corner finished for round 3. Now again we have 7 double crochet across to the corner. Now we're into corner 3, 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. One side and a little bit to go, and then we'll be on to the last round. So again, as for the last two, 7 double crochet across to your final corner. Now we're at the final corner, so 2 double crochet inside the corner, chain 3, 2 double crochet. Now, unlike the last row, you can see that there's a bit of a space here between where we finished our corner and the starting chain. So to close that gap, we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches to meet up with our starting chain. There's the 2. You're going to slip stitch right into the top of the starting chain 3, just like before. And round 3 is complete. Now for the final round, starting in the middle here as usual, chain 3. Now we have 6 double crochet to get to our corner. We're at our corner, so as in all of the previous rows, 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 more double crochet. Hello cat hair, chain 3, and 2 double crochet. 1, 2. Now for the next 3 straight portions to the corners, it's going to be 11 double crochet to get to your corner. All the way across here to get into this corner space. Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do your corner as usual. 2, chain 3, 2 more double crochet. And when your square is completely finished, it's going to be about 4.5 by 4.5 inches across. Now onto our 11 double crochet to get to the next corner. Sorry, I have to keep reaching off screen to pull out more yarn. This center pole ball is quite large and hasn't lost enough yarn yet to really glide out easily. There we go, there's 11. Now for our corner, 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 more double crochet. Now to get to our last corner, pull out more yarn, because there just isn't enough space on this desk for me to get it where it's gonna come out cleanly on its own, I guess. 11 double crochet to get to that last corner. So now we're to our last corner. 2 double crochet into the corner from the last round, chain 3, two more double crochet in the corner. And now to get us from our join, our last double crochet in the corner, to the starting chain, we're going to do 4 more double crochets right on top of these stitches here. One in each. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain. And now we're going to fasten off. Just pull the loop loose a little bit so you don't have to worry about it unraveling. Remove your hook. Grab your scissors. Snip off a decent length tail. If you're planning to use your tail to attach it to other squares, you're probably going to want to leave about 8 to 10 inches-ish. I'm not going to be doing that. I just need enough to be able to weave it in, because when I join all of my squares, I'm probably going to do a single crochet join, which will give it a nice ridge along the whole top of the blanket. So just figure out a decent length and snip it off. And you're just gonna pull this loop right here through, which seems kind of scary, but I promise, if you pull the tail through, your work is not going to unravel. pull it through right here and you make it nice and snug. And now you have completed a solid granny square. You can weave in your tails as you will. Some people like to actually weave this initial tail in from the magic ring as they go. They just flip it over as they're going so they don't have to worry about it. Sometimes I do that, sometimes, like in this case, I forgot to do that. So here is one square, and now that the actual tutorial is done, I'm going to show you what this square, for me, is being used for. I actually wrote up a diagram for the blanket I'm planning to make for my youngest son. He picked out these 3 colors when we went to the craft store. He picked out the beige that you saw that I worked on, beige, cream, whatever you want to call it, black, and orange. Of all the weird colors for a kid to pick, he's obsessed with tigers, I swear. So what I did was I figured out how big each square is, and it's 4.5 inches across, right here. I then figured out what size I wanted the blanket to be. I decided on 54 inches by 40.5 inches, so it's going to be like a lap throw. It'll be good kid-sized blanket for him to drag around and snuggle up with on the couch. And then I figured out, based upon the size of each square, how many I was going to need altogether to make it that size. 108 of these squares are what I need to get this blanket done. So then I went and mapped out the colors the way that I want them to be. As you can probably see here, it's going to end up looking like tiger stripes. Black in the corner, block of orange, black, orange, black, orange, and then in the very center, I wanted to do cream, kind of the way tigers have a white underbelly. Sorry about that. And then back to the stripe pattern. It's kind of weird, strange concept, I guess. I think it's really cool. I'm hoping that the little monster will enjoy it when I finally get it done. And I figured out, based upon the color mapping, how many of each square I was going to need. So sometimes doing things like this can really help you out, especially when it comes to planning a project. Right now, including the square that I just made, I have 8 of the 12 cream colored squares that I need. I've only done 1 in the orange, and I have completed 4 in the black. So this is just to give you an idea of what all the colors will look like together. There's all of those. And the yarns, if you're interested in any of them, I really especially like this orange. It's really bright, but it's not quite neon. Kids got good taste in colors. So if you're interested in what type of yarn I'm using, the cream is a Caron 1 pound in off-white, which you can buy at any of the major chain craft stores, Michael's, Joann Fabrics. You can also purchase them online. There's that. The black is another Caron 1 pound. There's the black. And the orange is a Red Heart Super Saver. This colorway is called Pumpkin. And as you can see, this is from my then 1-year-old munching on the label, sitting in the shopping cart as we were going up to the checkout. Pumpkin. It's a really nice orange, I like it. So that is it for this tutorial on how to make a solid granny square. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it helpful. And as I mentioned before, if I talked too fast or you couldn't understand what I was saying, I will have the written instructions in the description box down below the video. Be sure to like the video, leave me a comment if there's anything, if you have any questions, if you just want to comment on it, if you have any suggestions on how to improve the pattern, because I actually got this from a chart. I took a crochet diagram and actually just wrote it down like regular instructions, because every time I looked back at the chart, one of my kids would be making noise and I couldn't remember where I was or what I was doing in the pattern. If you'd like to see more crochet tutorials like this and other yarn related goodness, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!